What you do? Had to go get your reading glasses?
Yeah.
My gosh. No, let's do. Every match was a WWE ID match. Hey, that's not bad though. WN, are they based right out of California? Walking weapon in the house. He does look like Josh Alexander, doesn't he? Now, so what I'm gonna do, you're gonna see a poll come up. It's gonna say round 1. That's how we're going to split each round. That way the point systems add up at the end. So I'm getting ready to put that up there. You don't have to vote on it. It's just there to help us divide each round. You got 7, give or take, yeah, 7, 6, something like that. Take that one off.
You said that. Oh, I got discrepancy in the game, boys.
So we're gonna go ahead and get started with at least the first few questions here. More people will probably show up, and if they do, that's fine. But we got about 30 questions, give or take. Hop into this madness. All right, so wrestling trivia. Like I said, it will consist of TNA, WCW, WWE, and AEW based questions. Each question you'll have a minute 30 to answer. Of course, we try to keep it honest if you can. The action. Rules of the game, of course, as follows: 1 answer from each player, no changing of the answers, and winner who has the most points out of all 3 rounds. So, first round, we're going to make it pretty easy, get everyone comfortable with how the game style will go. Round 1. Who is known as the Never Seen 17? Multiple choice. A, and you just put the letter for each choice in there. You do not have to put out the whole name. Put down Fearfully. Fearfully. They just joined. Yeah, Fear works. Oh, I forgot to start the timer. That's on me. Here we go. We're gonna go ahead and start it now. Minute 30. We'll probably stop this one at about 30 seconds in because looks like about everybody got an answer in. Looks like we're still waiting on Matt Tastic to answer. And then Terrell as well. Taylor, hope you had a fantastic Sunday. All right, here we go. Pause. The Never Seen 17 is John Cena. He became the 17th time world champion after defeating Cody Rhodes. So that would have been answer D. So that would have been Fearfully, Michael, and Taylor all get 5 points for question number 1. Question number 2. Who does the hidden blade as a finisher? Michael, Fearfully, Steve, Taylor. Well, we may have to cut the timer down a little bit. It looks like everyone's trying to get their answers in quickly. Of course, if you're joining us on the YouTube short side, if you come to the main chat as well, you're able to join in on the votes. Give Matt Tastic just a minute to see if he is going to answer. I don't think he did. I don't know if Matt Tastic is good at trivia. Who knows? Briefly, of course, I hope you had a fantastic. Yes, the clock will become more important when the questions get harder. That is true. Briefly, I hope you had a fantastic Sunday, my friend. All right, we'll go ahead and. That was Will Ospreay. The best hidden blade, in my opinion, was against Swerve Strickland, of course, in their build up on the main stage. So that was answer D. That would be Michael, Fearfully, Steve, and Taylor. All 5 points.
Wait a minute.
Question number 3. How many days has Moxley held the AEW World title? Now, this question actually is going to be a little off. I did not, and that is on me. Because it needed to be changed. So this one, we're actually gonna skip this because when I got this question put in here, it was it wasn't exactly here recent, but I forgot to update this one. This is the one I forgot to, yes, I forgot to update this. What's crazy is though, we're gonna go ahead and give it to everybody that answered it. The answer was C, 201 days. He became champion in October. Do you know how many title defenses in that time? He defended against Swerve. He's defended against Hobbs. He's defended against Samoa Joe. Maybe 5. So Michael, Fearfully, Taylor, and Steve all get 5 points. Fearfully, I think it's 5, correct? Cope also, yep. That's the one I left off. All right. So, who was the NWA TNA first world champion? Yeah. So this one we'll put the timer on. Got B, B, C, and D so far. We'll see if we get any more in the next 30 seconds or so. But yeah, I think, briefly to answer your question, I think it's only like 5. Yes, that way they can see the question completely. There we go. Right. Let's see. We had answers B, B, C, and then D. So there were 2 Ken Shamrocks, 1 Jeff Jarrett, and AJ Styles. Do you know if Silver Lake Entertainment is part of TKO? Not that I am aware of. The first was Ken Shamrock. He defeated Malice to win the vacant title. So that would have been B. That would be Taylor and Michael. Michael over here showing some very good wrestling knowledge. I don't think he's missed one yet. All right, for the people who wanted some WCW questions, we'll make it easy to start off with. What did WCW stand for? Was it Wrestling Championship World, World Combat Wrestling, World Championship Wrestling, or World Class Wrestling? I do believe that would be the easiest WCW question that y'all get tonight. It is World Championship Wrestling. They all get 5 across the board. Fearfully Michael, Steve, and Taylor. I'm reading reports that WWE has been sold to Silver Lake Entertainment. I don't think it's true. I can check while we go to the next question here. Who did Ric Flair defeat in the main event of the first ever Starrcade? This one I did fact check, so I made sure all these questions were fact checked to the best of my knowledge. Fearfully, you said that is Silver Lake Entertainment? So, does Silver Lake own WWE? Controlling ownership in TKO, therefore WWE is held by entities controlled by the private equity firm Silver Lake, who took Endeavor's private shares in March of 2025. So yeah, fearfully, a little bit of fact checking there. Yes, they are. I actually had to guess on that one. So we got C, and D. The correct answer for that was D, Harley Race at Starrcade. That would be, it looks like Michael got that one correct. What WCW title was originally the WNA Television Championship? You got Cruiserweight, Hardcore, World TV title, and US title. All right, so all answers are in and set. The answer for that one was the World TV title, which would have been B. There, it was created in February 27th of 1974 by NWA, and then WCW renamed it when when NWA was purchased. So that would be Taylor and Steve and Michael. Taylor, Steve, and Michael. I don't have that question or that answer. You do?
Yeah.
So who held the World TV title the most? Tully Blanchard?
Yeah. Horseman.
Okay. Hey, I'm gonna take your word for it. Okay. So round 2. This one is gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little more difficult. So this is where the timer will come in. You're gonna have a minute 30 to spell out the names that are going to be the answers to the question. Arn Anderson did.
Was it?
I don't know. It was one of the four horsemen, obviously.
I figured it was Tully.
So, first
Might have been
question.
Arn.
Well, Matt Tastic, you're a little late. You're on round 2. You got 0 points, my friend. You got to have to catch up. So, what was the name of the short-lived TNA stable featuring Jeff Jarrett, Scott Steiner, and more? It started with a P, and it was a 2-word faction. We'll go ahead and give this one a minute and a half.
Huh.
Like I said, these are all fact-checked as well. Fantastic. I hope you had a fantastic Sunday. Also, while we almost justice. Here we go. I knew this is where it was gonna get fun at. I don't expect Mac Tastic to know much of the TNA stuff either. But we're just waiting on Steve and Fearfully.
What he put?
Matt Tastic put potato juice. Matt Tastic does not know. Oh,
What's that? Drum roll hell.
we'll see if Fearfully puts his answer in. The answer to that one is Planet Jarrett. In early 2005, Jarrett formed a dominant stable known as Planet Jarrett. Listen, this was new to me. This one was Pure Fusion Collective. There we go.
All right, so what do we got here?
So Taylor got that one correct. AEW's first ever Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal winner is what that should say. But it needs to be the name of the winner of the first ever Casino Gauntlet. Okay, so maybe Adam Page, Andrade, MJF. If it was his consolidation prize for not getting the world title shot on the opening show due to an injury. It looks like everyone's got their votes in as of now. We got Andrade, Adam Page, MJF, Adam Page, Mercedes Moné, If Mercedes was there, she would have won the first one. You're right, Fifthly. But it was Hangman Adam Page. He won it at Double or Nothing. Taylor did, and Michael did. Matt Tassick was hoping Big Cass would show up, and Alexis White said Chris Jericho. Fortunately, it was not Jericho. Who unmasked Rey Mysterio in WCW?
Ooh, I know.
Unfortunately, you're not allowed to answer. You're a scorekeeper for the evening. Jeez. Alexis as well, welcome. Hope you had a fantastic Sunday. Got one for Kevin Nash. Matt Tassick throws in a Kevin Nash as well. Taylor throws in a Kevin Nash as well. Steve throws in a Kevin Nash. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to end the round. It's okay. I started the poll for round one. Fearfully put in Kevin Nash. We got 19 seconds. If anyone else is in the chat, we got two more people with us. If they want to throw in an answer, they are more than welcome to. That answer was Kevin Nash. Of course, at WCW pay-per-view Super Brawl, February 21st, 1999, Ray and Conan lost a tag team match to Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, and that was a hair versus mask stipulation. It was Michael, Matt, Taylor, Steve, and Fearfully. For some reason, my English is not wanting to work tonight. What was the first ever official TNA pay-per-view? Violence. Not called violence. Could have easily been. Good to see that Matt Tastic is participating now. Matt Tastic's gonna have to hope that everyone else misses a few to catch back up. Victory Road, Victory Road, Victory Road. Looks like we are awaiting one more. Victory Road. All right, we got 50 seconds left here. And then also, before we get done tonight, we will do the rundown of Monday Night Raw and go over what we know as of tonight. There has been matches announced, of course, if you keep up with WWE or Adam Pearce on social media. I do know that Rhea Ripley is supposed to kick things off tonight, so kind of interested in what they're going to be spinning there as well. All right. The first pay-per-view was called Victory Road. Took place November 7th, 2004 at the TNA Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida. That would be Matt Tastic, Fearfully, Taylor, Michael, and Steve. Who did CM Punk beat in his ECW debut? This one was even difficult for me to get right. Not gonna lie. I enjoyed the tougher aspect of this one. It's bad when the scorekeeper can't even remember the answers. We got 55 seconds. Beautifully said, El Grande Americano. Good guess. Good guess. 20 seconds. Matt Tassick is John Morrison. No clue. Hey, Michael, we appreciate the honesty.
Yes.
No, I was surprised it wasn't the Miz, but Miz wasn't there. No idea.
I had no idea.
All right, so everyone, including Matt himself, Sabu, that's a hell of a guess too. So this was Stevie Richards.
What?
It was at a house show for ECW. It was his debut match. That's exactly what I said.
All right.
Nope. Here you go. This one should be fairly simple. Who did Sting beat for his first NWA World Heavyweight Championship? I did figure out there was a difference between NWA Championship and WCW. All 6 participants have got their answer in. All 6 participants got the question correct. It was at the Great American Bash. You got Matt, Fearfully, Steve, Taylor, and Michael. Huh. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. Which match at Fyter Fest 2019 had the phrase unsanctioned lights match added only after legal issues with the venues commission? For all my AEW sickos out there, this one should be quite easy for you. I'll read it one more time. Which match at Fyter Fest 2019 had the phrase unsanctioned lights out added only after legal issues with the venues commission? It is 2 names. We'll wait on 3 more here. Hold on, this match I completely forgot about when working on this. It was actually I went back and watched this match, and I understand now why they said that. I'll give it about 10 more seconds here. All right, so this one All right, so it was John Mike Moxley and Joey Janelle. This match, if you have not watched this match, and if you're an AEW fan, you need to watch this match. So Michael got it, Steve got it, Taylor got it, and we'll give Fearfully. Fearfully basically got it, but he put the wrong letter for the first name. We'll give Fearfully a half a point because he got half the answer. Do a half point for Fearfully.
Okay.
This is the last one of this round. What was the name of Raven's group in WCW? I know we have some Raven fans. I know, of course, WCW had a lot of crazy factions in it. We got the Flock, Fearfully, and Michael. I should be ashamed of myself and for getting that one wrong. Like I said, some of these questions for me were honestly hard to answer, and I felt like they would be good for the community as well, because it really tests your knowledge. Looks like the Flock is all around what people are believing the answer is, and the Flock is correct. Fearfully, Michael, Taylor.
No.
What'd you get? You got Fearfully, Michael, Taylor, Steve, and Matt. Okay, round 3. This is the final round. We'll take a little bit of more time on this one because this is where it does get a little tougher. It's Scrabble. So you're gonna get a minute 45. I'll give you 15 extra seconds. You got to de-scrabble the words. Go. What WWE pay-per-view started in 1987? The first one and maybe the second one would be easy for some people. But of course, I gotta make the first few of the new round a little simpler. So we got Survivor Series, Survivor Series, Survivor Series, Survivor Series. Looks like there's a running theme here. Now we are just waiting on, I do believe, Fearfully. Death before.
What?
Thank God, Death Before Dishonor is a is a Ring of Honor pay per view. Fearfully. All right, so first one, Survivor Series. So we got Matt Tastic, Taylor, Steve, and then Fearfully did get it correct. Yeah, Michael did.
Hey. Are you one up on everybody? Go.
Here we go. Jericho's original AEW faction was called the what?
You're on the list.
No, it was not the list. Got the Inner Circle. The Inner Circle. The looks like the Inner Circle is the running theme as well here. One, two, three, four. We're waiting on our fifth. There we go. The Inner Circle is what the chat had, and the Inner Circle was correct. Inner Circle was formed in October of 2019 during the first episode of Dynamite. This faction was led by Chris Jericho and included Sammy Guevara, Jake Hager, Santana, and Ortiz. Almost put Fozzy. Makes sense. Go to the next slide. Turned heel at Bash at the Beach 96. Hogan. Veer Mahan. Hogan. Answer the call. Said, let's go. That spelling makes it sound Samoan. Kind of does, now that you mention it. Answer the call. Welcome to the Kraken community. Tonight is trivia. This is the final round. But you're more than welcome to put in answers if you know them. Of course, every Sunday we'll be doing trivia here, so you're more than welcome to join us. And who is a member of the bloodline? Cool. All right. Looks like that was Hogan. He showed up and what everyone thought was going to save the day, but instead he joined with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. So Matt Tastic, Michael, Steve, and Taylor. Hogan Leo. The AEW EVPs and founding father is known for the Golden Shovel. Three answers for Cody Rhodes. Four answers. Five answers for Cody Rhodes. We'll give it just a few more seconds here to see if anyone else is going to be placing an answer. Of course, this is just our first attempt here at the trivia side of this. Have you seen the Hangman documentary? I have not. Fearfully, is that on YouTube? Where can I find that? This makes me want Oreos. How do you get? I can see the word Oreos, so it does make sense. The answer to that is Cody Rhodes. The Golden Shovel in AEW is famously associated with Cody Rhodes, who has been referenced in the
shit.
context multiple times. Looks like Taylor, Matt Tassick, Michael, Fearfully, and Steve. So, of course, tonight, with there only being 5 true participants, there's not going to be anyone left off the leaderboard. This is great. You're only competing with yourselves at this point. Probably, yeah. TNA's high risk division with no limits is called what? X division, X division.
I got it.
Now we're making a random word.
Can't spell it.
You spell iodine out of that?
IODINH.
Jesus. X division, X division. Haha, no limits. No limits. We got X division, Joe Henry.
What?
Truthfully, he knows that Joe Henry has no limits of what he'll do, where he'll show up. Okay, we say his name one more time. He might show up here. Who knows? X Division, who was the guy who turned his what? X Division, who was the guy who turned his X? Are you asking who was the one that turned it into the X Division? It is the X Division. The X Division in professional wrestling was created by Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, or TNA, and is intended to emphasize fast-paced and acrobatic style of wrestling. God, Matt Tassick with a cyclone.
Got that.
It was, yes, Austin Aries was the one that created it. Michael got it, Steve got it, Fearfully got it, and Taylor got it. Matt did not get it. He threw in a cyclone. Who was the leader of the Dungeon of Doom? I about guarantee we're going to get a wild answer on this. I told you, wild answers. I'm going to say Elon Musk. Kevin N. Ellison?
What?
Matt Tassick, are you trying to say...
Can't spell.
Are you trying to say you just can't spell? But that being said, it's clearly Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan.
Who said that?
Fearfully. Gosh, I got water in my ear today. 13 seconds. We're going to see if Matt Tassick can rebuttal that name. Time is up.
Who got it?
It looks like the answer to that was Kevin Sullivan and his... Now, who all was in this group? Is that Earthquake?
That's Earthquake.
That's Earthquake, Kamala.
That's Bruce Barber Beefcake.
That's Beefcake right there.
Yep. That's Kevin Sullivan.
I know that's Sullivan.
I don't know who that is. Who this guy is. Those two I don't remember. I don't know. Giant. That was a giant.
Was that, yeah.
I'm thinking.
The giant, yeah, that would have been the Big Show.
Yeah, later on.
I don't know who this one is.
I can't remember either.
Does anyone know who the guy is between
With the
Kamala and Sullivan?
Got the cane.
He's the one with that cane.
That's him.
Michael got it right. Looking Taylor got it right. Fantastic got it right. No. And then I think Michael got it. Yeah, Michael got it as well. The bald looks like George the Animal Steel. It might have been George the Animal.
No.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'll have to look it up.
We'll look it up at the end, yeah. TNA split personality legend. Yeah, yeah.
That's Andrew.
I swear. Jeff Hardy. Waiting on is another Jeff Hardy. Willow, okay. Fearfully, that was a smart answer. If you know, you know. The answer to this one, as all 5 answers are in, is Jeff Hardy. He debuted on June 23rd, 2004, making his debut at their 2nd anniversary show. So, yes, that one was Michael, Taylor, Steve, Fearfully, and Matt Test. Fearfully put Willow, which is his split personality. WWE Iconic Showcase of the Immortals is called what?
What? Oh.
The Showcase of the Immortals. We just had one of these. WrestleMania. Got 3 of 5. What? Oh, man. Matt's just making random ass words. What is there? Salami. All right, so this one. WrestleMania was the correct answer. Was 1985 professional wrestling pay-per-view. We got Taylor, Michael, Fearfully, and Matt Tastic. Matt Tastic coming in with some wild answers. Steve did not partake in that question. Yep. Fearfully. Everybody, yep. Who is AEW? Who in AEW is the cleaner? Yeah. Who is AEW's? Maybe I should have put. Without Steve said without Starcade, there would be no WrestleMania. This is another one that I feel was I guess it's not really debatable by no means. Kanye. All 5 participants have answered. It was Kenny Omega, who adopted that nickname during his rise to fame in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Watching that documentary, I have to say Ospreay, a fantastic heel. Omega was a fantastic heel. Jim Cornette's favorite wrestler. I could see this being Jim Cornette's favorite wrestler. Who is known as the Commonwealth Kingpin? It is not. It is not Wilson
What?
Fisk.
Wilson?
Wilson Fisk. Swear to God. This one, I think you're gonna have to know a little more of the background to get this one. Maybe not. Just depends. Steve said Mercedes Monet. Steve, I know as well as myself, I want to not see Monet win the title at all in. The aerial assassin. Beautifully said. Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay became the Commonwealth Kingpin in 2020 when he formed the United Empire faction in New Japan Pro Wrestling. That one goes to Fearfully, Taylor, Michael, Matt Tastic, and Steve. Oh yeah, I'm excited about Downright as well. Dynamite 300. First ever WWE Universal Champion. Now, Fantastic put Finn Balor the Demon King. Taylor put Finn. Michael put Finn. Yeah, I'm thinking what happens with that Fearfully is I think Mercedes will go in losing a lot of her belts. And if that's the case, I'm fine with her winning. And if she has all of her belts, I do not want her to beat Tony. Prince Devitt. Okay. Another good answer. Yeah, that's everybody. That's a tough one. Is Finn Balor. The title was introduced in August of 2016 on Raw when the brand split returned in WWE. Yes, I know that we got the most famous picture of Finn Balor with that title. As that one goes to Taylor, Matt Tastic, Michael, Steve, Fearfully. I don't want either of them to win the belt. I don't either. Like I said, I want whoever wins the women's casino gauntlet to be like a cash in at the end of the show or at the end of that match because I know it's not going to be the main event, and them take the title. In AEW, who is known as Limitless? In AEW, who do they call Limitless? Michael said Keith Lee. Matt Tastic said Keith Lee, maybe. Is anyone watching the Tigers game? I'm currently not watching any sports. But what is going on, Steve? What a dominant pitching performance. Steve, let me know. How is the pitching going over there for the Tigers tonight? Keith Lee. Hope he's healed up. Yeah, I hope Keith Lee's getting healed up too. I seen him post something that he's healed, he's ready to come back. It's all about timing now at this point. So hell, he might be a surprise at All In. That would be fantastic. All right, this answer was Keith Lee. It looks like Michael, Matt Tastic, Fearfully, Taylor, and Steve. Keith Lee joined AEW on February 9th, 2022, making his debut on Dynamite. Huh? No, same reason everybody else does. Who ended Asuka's undefeated streak at WrestleMania? His undefeated streak was 70. No, this undefeated streak, I think, beat Goldberg's. I swear, I think they had it beat Goldberg's. Hang on.
Yeah, phone.
Asuka's streak. Asuka, I mean, we know who had the undefeated streak.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go.
It was 914 days.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So we got the answer for Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair. Can't spell Charlotte. Ric Flair's daughter. Okay. So
Does that mean you're going with somebody else?
it said no, he put Flair.
Get a half point. You get.
We'll see if Steve puts his answers in. He may be updating us on the Tigers game. Yep, he is. 13 Ks in 7 innings, only allowing 1 hit. Holy shit.
Okay. There you go.
I like so. I love how Fearfully is refusing to use the WWE government name. Ric Flair's daughter.
What have I got?
The answer was Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 34. We will allow Steve to answer that question late because he was updating the baseball stuff. The Queen is Flair. What do you mean?
Who all got?
Matt Tastic, Fearfully, Taylor.
Well,
So Matt Tastic, Fearfully, Taylor, Michael, and Steve. Didn't she do that to her NXT as well? No, this was after Asuka won the first ever women's Royal Rumble. Because remember that year, Shinsuke won and Asuka won. We got just a few more questions here. Which AEW tag team used to be called? Hold on, I can't even see the question. Used to be called the Super Smash Bros on the Indies. Yeah. This is one of those, if you're a diehard sicko, you might know. Who was it? Of course you know.
no, I can redo the letters. Start saying numbers. Oh, man.
Michael says Dark Order, Evil Uno, and Stu Grayson. Steve said the Dark Order, Dark Order, Dark Order, Dark Order. What's that? All 5? Okay.
Well,
The Dark Order. Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, previously known as Super Smash Bros. On the Indies, a Canadian professional wrestling tag team currently signed to AEW.
I had dog rodeo. R-O-D.
Dark Rodeo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody get that?
Yeah, everybody got that one. Dude said dark. God. What is the name of the AEW pay-per-view that is held during Thanksgiving? It's normally during Thanksgiving week. Sometimes it depends on here recently. It's followed either before or can be right after. But it was originally on the week of Thanksgiving. It is not Food Fight, but good choice. Jesus.
What usually happens?
But we got full gear, full gear, full gear, past the turkey, full gear. Dark Rodeo sounds like a stable Dustin Rhodes would put together. Jesus Christ. Full gear.
Take what I bring to the table.
All 5 answers are in. It is Full Gear. Full Gear is a professional wrestling pay-per-view event held annually in November by AEW. All right, this is the last question of the first ever community night trivia. One half of the Young Dragons from WCW. Now, I'm going to give you the whole minute 10 to just really think about who this is. Because when I was going through and finding some WCW trivia stuff, because of course Steve requested WCW last night, this one surprised me. Michael says Jamie Noble. Steve says Jamie Noble. Taylor says Jamie Noble. And Fearfully says Jamie Noble. We're waiting on our last contestant, Matt Tastic. Got 24 seconds on the clock, my friend, as you're trying to think of anybody it could be. All right. And the answer to the final question of tonight's trivia. It is Jamie Noble. He was the only one to wear a mask, but he was the mask member known as Jamie Noble in the trio of dragons, young dragons. I don't know why it put that, but it's supposed to say young dragons. So, as scorekeeper tallies up who won, who is Sean Riker?
Had 5 or just
Scorecards, count it, and then times it by 5. I don't know who Sean Riker is, Steve. Not right off. Sean Riker. Sean Riker. Does anyone else know who Sean Riker is? It sounds like a name we should know, though. As he is working here, tallying away on scorecard, I do want to say thank you again to everyone that hung out with us tonight. You know him well. Is it LA Knight? I feel like it is LA Knight. So next Sunday we will be doing our second night of trivia with the community as well. We're going to try to do it a little earlier. I had to add in the WCW stuff, and that did take me a little bit to get correct questions in and fact check them, make sure everything was right. While he is tallying up the information and the winners, we are going to look over what WWE has in store for us tomorrow. Getting it pulled up here. So we do have the New Day going 1-on-1 to defending the tag team titles against the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and JD McDonough. We got another tag team action, and Penta and Sami Zayn going against Breakker and Bronson Reed. Gunther will be there to go over his match with Goldberg at Saturday night's main event. Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis have planned to have a big announcement this coming Monday for Evolution. I'm hoping it's something to do with the tag titles. I really do. I think we have to have a decisive outcome of what's going to happen there for that. And then we also have, excuse me, Mommy is going to be starting the show off after her dominating win.
They want to do this in fifth place?
Yeah, just let me see it. I'm gonna put the names on the tally board here.
Okay.
Wow.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
All right. Interesting. Where's Steve at? Yeah, okay. So this is.
Yeah.
Give us 1 second. We are putting in the information for who got what. Okay. Pain. Trying to get it to do what I want it to. All right. So last place with 90 points was Matt Tastic. Unfortunately, he missed the whole first round. So he only scored 90 points. In fourth place, we have Steve, who had 105 points. In third place, we had Fearfully. Fearfully put up a hell of a fight, but with 110 points. And then we have a two-way tie. In a tie for first place and second place, technically. At 145 would be Tycho, or I just combined the names. Michael and Taylor. Listen at me go here. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to have one final question. I did not. So, we're going to come up with one final question. All right. So, the final question. The final question is going to be an AEW question. Who held. Yeah, hold on. Let me get it pulled up here. Give me 1 second. And I'm not going to be able to make a board for it right off. So I do apologize. I was not expecting a two-way tie. But I guess next time we'll have to account that in. So I do have the answer, and I do know. So we'll give you. You're going to have 30 seconds. Oh my goodness. 30 seconds on the clock to answer the following question. If I can get right to where I'm going. Who was the longest reigning AEW champion? And for how many days was he AEW champion? I'll say it again. Who was the longest reigning AEW champion and how many days? Sudden death. Overtime. So we got 2 different days. That's good. Same person. So the answer is, and I got to get it pulled up. So hold on, give me 1 second. It is the longest. Oh my gosh!
What?
So the longest reigning AEW champion. I'm gonna pull this up so y'all can see it as well. This is from the official page. The official page for the longest reigning is Kenny Omega. 346 days. Oh, they're wrong.
Who is it?
It was Max. MJF. So I will say that that was wrong. That answer was wrong through Google.
Yeah.
It was MJF
Huh.
for 406 days. So with that being said,
Yep.
that does give the win to Taylor. She got the exact days. So 150 points for Taylor. Moxley is the current champion, yes. With 252, I think is what it said. So Taylor, you win with 150 points. Michael came in second with 145. Now, with that being said, that is just night 1 of our trivia. We will have a every Sunday trivia. So we'll do this as a weekly event. Of course, I know it was later in the evening, but we will make sure that it is closer to midday for next Sunday. For AEW All In 2 weeks, that may be different. We may have to do it a different night. We'll try to get that figured out. And we may have to do it during a show as well. But I do want to let y'all know, for everyone that is a member, we are making some modifications to our tribal membership. There will be some things that are done differently. So, and what I mean is, the people that are currently members to the Kraken Tribal membership, there is a email on the member page where you can send us a email with an address to, of course, where you would like to receive your first month's Kraken membership package. Inside there, you will be getting a Kraken Wrestling sticker that you can put on your phone, your computer, your laptop, your dash on your car, wherever you would like. You're also going to be getting a custom printed 8x10. It will have a message on the back, and it will have a autograph from myself. There's also going to be custom wristbands that will be in there. And we are still working on possibly getting some hats thrown in there as well. If not, that will be in your second months once you remember for the second month. But with the first month, there are only 10 spots this first time around. Currently, 5 of those are taken. So if you do want to get in on that, make sure you are a member for the month of July. It does start this coming Tuesday, but I did want to let everyone know. So Taylor, Michael, Elizabeth, Jeanette, and Wolowski, if you can, as when you're able to, if you can get with me in that email so we can get your package sent out to you as quick as possible. Now, with that being said, this is the first night of many nights for our trivia. I do want to thank absolutely everyone that came and participated tonight. I know there was only about 31 questions. We'll try to get a few more added into the next one. If there's anything that y'all would like to see differently or different style questions, of course, please comment below. Any ideas, suggestions, we will take those into account as well. Hey, Dro, you're fine, my friend. You're fine. Of course, you might have missed the announcement about the membership, but I will go back over that for you, Dro. But tonight's winner of trivia was Taylor. Dro, like I said, for the Kraken Tribal membership that's running down there at the bottom, we're doing a 1-month care package or welcome package to the membership. And what you'll be getting inside that is a 8x10 with a signature from myself and a little message. You'll be getting a wristband. You'll be getting a custom sticker for the Kraken Wrestling. And then you'll get just a wrestling based stickers as well. That will be going out mid-July. There are 10 spots available. So if you want to get in on those, you're more than welcome to. You would just need to, of course, make sure you are a member in the month of July. And when 10 of those are taken up, we will let everybody know. Tomorrow is Monday, which means we'll be here for Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw will be aired at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we will be here at 6 p.m. for that. If it was earlier, we would wait. But 6 p.m. is a doable time for us here. So, of course, if you're not able to join in the chat, but you're able to listen along and hang out with us, you're more than welcome to. But we will be here at 6 p.m. It's probably going to be about a two-hour show. So it'll be over about 8 o'clock. And so afterwards, we plan on doing some WWE 2K25 gaming. So if you want to have some matches done or you want to just hang out and talk about wrestling in general, you're more than welcome to as well. Yes, it does seem like it's been longer than that, Steve. And I think the reason it's been, or it feels longer, is because it is held hostage, if that makes sense. And when I say it's held hostage, it's put in that damn briefcase, and we've yet to see it at all. So I'm hoping at All In we get to see the title, and it's completely different than what we have had. I hope it's a complete new design. Honestly, it'd be crazy if they done like a spinner style, but I know that's not happening. But I want to see a new title. That is what we have to get. Steve, thank you again for hanging out with us tonight. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, the first ever trivia night is in the books yet again. Thank you to everyone that participated. Taylor, congratulations on being our first winner. And then, of course, as always, Kraken community. If you see someone in public, give them a smile. It could change their day. It could save a life. I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. We'll be here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Monday Night Raw. Until then, enjoy the rest of your night.